Rejection is universal in a professional journey, and if you haven't experienced it, you're not aiming high enough. And if you have experienced it, here are some pointers on how I think about handling rejections. So let's go. Okay. You were rejected, but now what, right? So picture this scenario. You found that one opportunity that matched both your background and career aspirations. And it was just this opportunity you wanted so bad. And you did everything right? You tailored your application documents. You got a referral for the role. You performed exceptionally in multiple interview rounds, received praise, and built a good relationship with all of your interviewers. But one Friday evening, while doing the dishes or relaxing in front of the TV, an email notification popped up and was catching you off guard. Because it's your interviewer thanking you for the time, but informing you that they will proceed with another candidate. Oh wow, I'm getting goosebumps at this moment in time, right? So it's struggle is real. And the question arises here, what should you do? So what should you do? Step one. Throw your phone straight into the wall with all the power you've got, right? I'm just kidding, don't do this. But if you are about to send a rude or threatening message to your interviewer, breaking your phone might actually be a better option, right? So I understand that when you've invested a significant amount of time and effort into pursuing a great position, this moment is nothing less than devastating, right? It feels like you are a complete failure, that you are the person not like managing anything. But ultimately, how could it not be, right? How could this moment not be devastating? Because when you already felt emotionally attached to the position you were aiming for, it's only natural to feel anger, sadness, and frustration. So step one should be indeed not throwing your phone into the wall, but take a deep breath. So don't let those dreadful feelings control your emotions for more than a few minutes. Recognize that it happens, and you may have done nothing wrong. Instead, they went for someone else, right? That's a natural part of the hiring process. When it comes down to choosing one out of 2 to 3 equally qualified candidates, the decision is incredibly tough. And to be fairly honest, if they have set up the recruiting process in a systematic way, they will have a couple of ultra strong candidates they can select from at the very end. And there's only so much you can influence to position you as the one. Because out of a competition of 100, 200, 300, 400 people, there will be people that are at least bringing you caliber, right? Always without exception. And that's also the reason why you need to bring the absolute best, right, to the table in highly selective interviewing processes. You have calmed down before you're sending this. And then acknowledge that negative feelings can change the situation. You are realizing it's time to respond. And you thank your interviewer for informing you and respecting your time, right? You can also thank them for providing a smooth and professional interviewing experience, or wish them well on their decision and restate your eagerness to join their team and make a positive impact, potentially from a different position. So ask them for a coffee chat to evaluate the overall experience and discuss the possibility of alternative roles, right? Remember, until the other candidate accepts the offer, a lot of things can change. And I mean a lot. And step 3 then, after you've calmed down, you've crafted a response, you will seek feedback. And in this discussion, you seek feedback on your performance, right? So you don't justify it, you don't defend it, you listen, right? Be as neutral as you can be, don't get offended, but have a growth mindset and try to understand what really was preventing them from giving you an offer. Now, a lot of company policies do not really allow them to give you detailed feedback, right? So you need to be a bit subtle here. So ask what went wrong, what went right, and what you could improve, and leverage that information that you've acquired from the interview and offer your perspective, but in a professional and positive way. So be an active listener and inquire about potential other projects that may be a fit for both you and the company's needs. And if it's going really well, you can even ask them if they can point you to other institutions or people from their network, right? So make sure to leave the call with clarity on your performance, at least as much as it is possible, and the possibility of other open positions, right? So keep the dialogue ongoing. So that is crucial in a situation like this. You never know what's going to change, and you want to be positioned not only for this position, but also potentially for the next positions that are opening up in the next couple of weeks or months or potentially even years, right? Step 4 is to follow up. So please don't be some of these people that are just giving up here, right? So invest these 2 to 3 minutes to send a follow-up email, put it into your calendar after 7 days, after 14 days, whatsoever, and thanking them again for the time and the insights, and reflect on your options to create a new plan and incorporating any feedback or information you received, right? So continue to nurture the relationship with the interviewers you have met, engaging with their posts on social media or checking in occasionally. Because if they haven't responded to your initial request for a coffee chat, it's also the time to send a follow-up message restating your request and your interest in joining their organization, even for a different position or later in time. So these 4 steps alone led to job offers worth 2-digit in million US dollars in initial starting salary, right? And the reason is potentially it's not a fit for this position for whatever reason. But you will be remembered if you're acting like this. And if you are taking a long-term horizon, this can materialize. And in many situations, this will materialize, right? So these 4 steps are critical, not only for handling rejection efficiently, but also for transforming it into new opportunities and pathways in the future. You are working today for something that you can achieve in a couple of months or sometimes years' time. And sometimes rejection is not the end. It's the start of something new. And by following this framework, you build the resilient mindset needed to create your own career path on your own terms. And in the long term, this will pay off. So if you liked the video today, please smash that like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and in the description below, I'm gonna link a free course I created. It's called The Pillars of Successful Career Transitions, and you might be interested in going through this systematically. It's for free. Let's go.